Hi everyone, this is Kayala Mayer with PM 693, and we are in Unit 6 discussing about complex contracts. So, mentioned in a software contract agreements, a contract should be formalized with a term sheet, letter of intent, comfort letter, um, an MOU, heads of terms and agreements for a contract to be legally binding. Executing an agreement means both parties agree on all terms and conditions, and the project manager understands the principles of negotiating the contract, such as separating people from the problem, focusing on interests, not the problem, invent options for mutual gain, and use objective criteria. Each contract is specifically designed by the scope of work, materials, and time needed for the project. By signing the agreements, all parties agree and understand the potential damages associated with the contract and aware of the consequences if there is a breach of contract. A breach of contract is some form of consideration, whether in the form of monetary value or by a way of performance. This type of situation is overseen by the court to determine such damages made by one or both parties. When damages are lost, certain steps are taken to determine how to reach a resolution, such as negotiate and settle, mediation or arbitration, and LCA. Now, in the video, breached demands and remedies in contracts, courts have the authority to review specific performance, rescission, or restitution damages based on the terms of the agreement. The project managers and other parties are held accountable whether the project is subject to liquidated or nominal damages, meaning that the damages are too difficult to calculate or too small amount of damages. For example, these types of damages will occur depending on the specifics of the project. Compensatory damages, expectation damages, and consequential damages. Now, understanding the complex licensing agreements can be confusing and difficult to comprehend, especially with multiple companies or contracts involved. The more complex agreement, the more issues can arise, which is why all parties should have their reserved rights, tax issues, and scope of work and sub-licensing of a contract to help eliminate future damages. There are various types of initiating a binding contract. In doing so, each party will need to agree on the same terms and responsibilities of the product. This means all verbiage meets the needs and expectations to each party, and all individuals understand possible damages that may occur during the lifetime of the project. When an offer is accepted, both parties enter into a binding contract. They'll discuss the appropriate timeframe needed for the project and agree on the obligations to perform the work. A representative must be present to initiate the agreement and disclose arbitration facts. Once the parties accept the contract is valid until the project is complete. Now, project managers and big stakeholders utilize complex contracts to ensure the project is completed as promised, both verbally and in writing during the entire process of the project. When organizations enter into a contract, they're securing any funds, time, and material associated with their product, along with damages. Although a contract can take time to approve, it's important to seek advice or assistance before legally binding the contract to all parties listed on the agreement. Thanks so much.